guys, I'm Dr. Matt Geller. I'm here with new grad Optometry and Covalent Careers. Dr. Scott Jens, the founder and CEO of Rev360, Revolution HR, product that lots of docs know. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. It's really a wonderful experience. Thanks so much for this.
Through this process of getting started and scaling up, where you guys are at scale now, or really getting to that point, I'm sure there's been a ton of failures, but I'm assuming that you've kind of owned your failures, you've appreciated them, they've taught you. How has that been, pivotal in you learning and being able to grow the business to the next level? And kind of what is that message for them to not be afraid of the failures? They're going to come and you should love them.
When you hit failure, you made the phrase, own it. You have to look at it and say, something caused this to happen. It's not necessarily an extraneous circumstance. It's not necessarily something I couldn't have anticipated. You have to find a way to look back while looking forward, right? So it's like driving. You're in your rearview mirror too much. All of a sudden you're off the road. You feel the sort of rivets on the side of the road telling your tires to move back. And to me, it was always understand what got you there and why it happened. So I'll give you an example in clinic of a failure that wasn't a failure. One of the doctor partners in a 3-doctor partnership decided to go teach academically. It was an awesome experience for him, a wonderful experience for all of us to see him go on to teach young students. So we owned that. It wasn't a failure per se, but at that time I chose to move from my location that I had grown for 10 years to his location, which was closer to my home, and say, the new doctor will be able to fill in as well as I. That didn't go very well because there's another doctor that's not always going to be the same as you, not always going to have the same personality, the way to treat patients. A couple years into it, it was a bit of a failure. We had to start sort of reducing our take on pay. My partner and I had to step up and let the business succeed. What did we do wrong? I mean, if you were measuring at that moment, nothing. We were just taking advantage of opportunities, blessing that partner's successes of the future. When I look back on it, I realized that I didn't do that handoff very well because I was protecting my own emotions. I was protecting this idea that patients might say, hey, I'd like one more shot with you. I'd like one more conversation with you. I was saying to them, it'll be fine. And we really sort of hit a low spot at that point. In Rev360, one of the things that happened to us that's similar, that was under no influence of us, is we had an integration partner, a very important integration partner that pulled the integration away from our customers. They were unhappy with something we had did for no reason. And I thought we had been fair in our conversation. I thought we had been talking to them as a partner, and they still decided to take an important integration away from our customers. We at that point had to stand up and say, it's our issue. And even though we wanted to throw that partner under the bus and make all kinds of conversation, and for goodness sake, even take out a Vision Monday article about it, we decided to buck up, own it, and say, customer, we know that you've been impacted by this. We're going to build something for you that's going to support you, given that this rug has been pulled away. Those are not easy times. And I think of practices who are in that early mentality of maybe starting a new thing. Maybe they decided to start vision therapy. Maybe they're deciding to put in Eschenbach low vision devices and start a new component to the business. Drive it, right? Own it and hustle. But if it doesn't work, don't continue to emphasize or pour money and effort into something that you in your heart know isn't going to work. It's a little bit like a new employee where you really know they're a great person, you made the decision, but you don't know if you should invest anymore. If you know in your heart it's not going to work, stop. That's the most important advice I can give.